Hello, my name is Candace Craig, and I'm with The Other Side today on Black Contemporary Television. And today I will be interviewing Willard Jackson, the new owner of Ebony magazine. Now, Willard, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I was born and raised in Denton, Texas, but I now currently reside in Houston.
That's interesting. Okay, so before you owned Ebony magazine, you had another company. Can you tell me a little bit about that company?
Yes, so I started my first company my senior year in college. I went to college on a basketball scholarship, and my senior year, the University of St. Thomas dropped their basketball program. But I stayed there to finish my business degree and decided to start my first business, which was actually a trucking company transporting non-hazardous wastewater and oil in the Houston area.
All right, so you're this man from Denton, Texas. How did you end up owning a multimedia Ebony magazine? How did you end up there?
It's a path that you couldn't write a business plan for. I think it's a result of being in the right place at the right time, having the right relationships, and having already established a relationship with the Johnson family, who was the founders of Ebony.
That's great. Okay, so you go from trucking business to multimedia. Now, what are your plans for Ebony magazine? How do you plan on expanding the magazine?
Well, when we looked at Ebony magazine, I do have one partner, and his name is Michael Gibson, and he lives in Austin. He and I have started a private investment company called CVG Group. And what we're doing is we're going out and buying companies. So we've bought a staffing company, and we're buying a motor coach bus company. And the Ebony opportunity presented itself, and when we looked at it, we looked at Ebony as more than just a magazine. And so what intrigued us about it and what compelled us to make that investment was that, number one, Ebony is the #1 African-American brand, not only in the United States, but also in the world. So start right there. Number two, it has a very loyal following. And so we looked at that and felt like it was a platform that we could expand into more of a multimedia platform outside of just a publication.
Yes, because people are going away from print nowadays. Everybody's going online and to the TV. So you plan on taking this magazine and taking its brand to online and television, all that?
Absolutely. So what we're going to be doing with the Ebony brand, we're going to be going into a number of different areas. So I'll give you an example. Our platform, the Ebony brand, has been built basically on the platform of healthcare, on education, financial literacy, entertainment, and lifestyle type content. And so what we're going to be doing is really continuing to invest in those core areas of our platform. So on the health side, we're going to be launching what's called Ebony Health 365. That is the equivalent of WebMD, let's say, where it's all things healthcare targeted towards the African American community.
Oh, wow.
We will also be launching a HBCU, Historically Black College Initiatives, where we're going to have brand ambassadors on every single historically black college in the United States. And we're going to be putting a spotlight and bringing educational type content and experiences for the students around entertainment, obviously, but also financial literacy, culture, history, and all those kind of things. And then we'll also get into a lot more event type activity. Ebony has been known to put on some of the best events in the world when they do put them on. And we're going to be expanding upon that. So, for instance, we have what's called the Power 100 dinner. That's a dinner where we recognize the 100 most influential African Americans that made a difference the year prior.
Okay.
It's a huge event. It's held in Hollywood. and it has tremendous, tremendous following. Secondly, we have the second largest Hollywood party around the Oscars. And so we're in partnership with iTunes and Apple. And it's to recognize those African Americans in Hollywood who are making contributions and who are doing things that don't have a platform that they're really getting recognized. We look at Ebony as the platform to recognize our people, as well as we'll be getting into other areas of entertainment, lifestyle, and that kind of thing.
Okay, so you are a black man running a black business. Now, we all know it's hard to be black here in America. So what obstacles do you feel like you're going to face with owning this new acquisition?
We don't really focus on obstacles.
That's good.
Okay? Ebony has always been 100% black owned. Ebony currently is still 100% black owned. So we are the largest black owned multimedia company in the country. So we represent what we think is the most authentic voice of black America. So when it comes to issues relative to our people, people come to Ebony to see what does Ebony think about that. So whether it's politics, whether it's education, whether it's anything that's relative to our lives every day, you come to Ebony to see what they think because they represent that authentic voice.
So what about Ebony magazine do you think is going to stand them out as opposed to competitors such as Black Entertainment TV, TV One, Essence magazine, all these other black, really in the black community?
Well, let's start with one. They're not 100% black owned.
Okay.
And so there's only so far they can go in representing the black voice. Okay, that's number one. Two, they are heavily entertainment focused. So they're doing things that are more entertainment relative to their audiences. You take Essence, it's targeted towards African American women, and they do a very good job at that. Black Enterprise Magazine targets small African American owned businesses. So they have niches. We kind of cover the entire landscape for black folks. So we cover a wider range and provide the voice of a wider range of topics that affect our community.
So, going more to the digital side of Ebony magazine, how do you plan on expanding that?
One of the things we're going to be launching, and you'll be hearing about, is Ebony TV. And think of Netflix, think of Hulu, and some of these other digital platforms. Our Ebony TV platform, which we'll be announcing soon, so this is breaking news for you, will be launched in 2017. It will be a platform that's going to provide content, African American content, that our audience wants to see. And we're going to be a platform where other major networks are not picking up really good projects in reference to television, movies, and those type of things, we're going to be a home for those properties.
Okay, great. So can you tell what type of content?
It's going to be a variety of things. We're going to be having a documentary series that's going to be really historical in nature. It's going to be featuring different iconic African American people who were, come from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. So we want to provide a lot of history around iconic African Americans. So, documentary series. We will have shows focused on healthcare in reference to our health, and that'll be original content. We'll also have some original TV shows that may not have gotten picked up, or people will bring that we will be working with production houses to create. So it's going to be a broad range of different type of content that you're going to be able to access on Ebony TV.
So is this going to be user-friendly to all ages?
That it's probably going to start off focusing toward a little older group than that. But that's not to say that we'll evolve into some programming that is targeted towards kids who we do not want to leave out.
This is Candace Craig for The Other Side Today. And again, thank you, Willard Jackson, for being here and interviewing with me today.
You're quite welcome, Candy.
This is Candace Craig for The Other Side Today on Black Contemporary Television.